news, what has been happening around you, but didn't quite make it in the news. Emmanuel Inonda is right here next to me, ready to, the usual suspect, yeah? Ready to go through some of the topics that we have here on tonight. Yeah. So we are independent.
It depends on the definition of independence. Yeah.
Tomorrow, Kenya turns how old?
Well, what is Kenya? Let's start with what is Kenya.
Well, I don't know. Kenya. Kenyatta, Kenya. We are celebrating Jamhuri Day tomorrow.
What is there to celebrate, first of all?
First of all, the fact that only 5,000 people have been invited to celebrate Jamhuri Day. That means if you do not have an official invite, do not show up at the Nyayo Stadium. Do you have an invite?
Yes, I do have an invite.
Really, Nonda?
Yes.
You know people?
Do you want me to show you?
I believe you. Don't worry. Don't
okay.
worry. I believe you.
Yeah. But I'll be here working just to ensure people who are not here in Nairobi, other places, they can follow us.
All right.
So, but I don't think there's anything to celebrate about Jamhuri Day.
Well,
maybe not even a holiday, because it's on a Saturday. I wish it was on a Monday. Maybe Friday. Ikuwa weekend ref all along.
My director Irunda is telling me that we need to celebrate the fact that we are independent, and I am actually of...
How independent are we? Right now we are in a curfew. Is that what we call independence?
Curfew aside in Nonda, the fact that we actually have this country that is very debt-ridden. There is a country somewhere that if today they decide we are going to cough, we only have to ask how hard we need to cough. COVID aside.
So that's what we need to celebrate about?
Well, at least we have our freedoms. We are walking around, we have freedom of speech, freedom of
there's
movement.
No freedom. There's no freedom.
Really?
Yeah. That's what we are being told, but in the real sense, there's no freedom.
But then that means no country is free. Because if it's curfews,
some countries are free.
If it's curfews, there are curfews all over the world.
Some countries are free than others. Like Kenya is more free than Uganda and Tanzania. That's an example. Kenya is more free than Rwanda.
Of course, you wouldn't expect Kenya, Tanzania to be more free than us.
Let me
the president is Magufuli already.
We are marking Jamhuri Day, not celebrating.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be observing Jamhuri Day.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
But there's nothing to celebrate about Jamhuri.
This level of pessimism in Nonda is crazy.
You know, I'm not on the government payslip like you.
Wow.
To defend them all the time.
I wish government, you had the man, pay me.
The only wish I know is the car. Toyota Wish.
All right. Wow. Are they paying us for advertising?
But I think it's wishing one day to be a Prado or a big car.
All right. Tell me what you are going to be celebrating tomorrow. Do you think we have anything to celebrate, okay? TV47 Kenya is our Facebook handle, TV47KE on Twitter. My handle's at Tracy KE across all social media platforms. Remember, you can actually call in as well, all right? You can be part of this discussion tonight. Inonda?
Yes, the calls are open, so we hope more interaction. People will be telling us whether they are celebrating or they are just going to observe the Jamhuri Day. Yeah.
I feel like there are things that we should be celebrating, though. Things like the fact that our man Okiya Omtata, again, that is actually...
The people's CG.
No, the people's president Nonda.
No,
this man has done for us.
The people's president took an oath sometimes in 2017.
Oh, but he already ditched us.
No, he didn't.
He crossed into Canaan without us.
He's now with the president. So the two
after the handshakes.
There.
Oh, handshakes. After the handshake.
Yeah. So Okiya Omtata is the people's AG and CJ at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
This man has gone to court. He's always in court.
Yeah,
and this time round, he has disputed the house allowance that was given to MPs back in 2018. And what this actually means for us is with the court ruling that this allowance is illegal, we are expecting that the Kenyan parliament is actually going to return around 730 million to the national treasury. If this ruling is anything to go by, I'm actually excited. It will be interesting to see these people pay.
That's a good story to write on a newspaper, magazine, or just to show on TV.
Now the problem is gazeti ni ya kufunga nyama.
Yeah, but our parliament, everyone knows our parliament. How possible is it that they can return the the money. First of all,
what do you mean possible in Nonda? Are parliamentarians above the law?
Yeah, in Kenya they are above the law. They'll blackmail you. Okay, look here. If you don't do this, we are going to impeach you. We are going to make sure that we vet you. We put some case misconduct against you, and then you are removed. Look at the case of the PLO Lumumba. When he was the EACC boss, then he started killing the big fish, catching the big fish. Even before he slaughtered them, they had retaliated. PLO never survived there for a year or two. He didn't, because of the same parliamentarians. Right now, what Okiya Mtata is doing is good, but they'll go to the Supreme Court or the Court of Appeal. They'll threaten whoever is there. Then they'll say, okay, I'm quashing this thing, but from the next parliament, they always say the next. Sarah Serem was here at the Salaries and Remuneration Commission. She tried her best, but she received enough threats.
And they still awarded themselves allowances such as this, even while the SRC was still in place. Yeah?
So what the court did is a good finding judgment, just to make that judge maybe a celeb or whatever. But the MPs are above the law. They are above the law.
Well, Inonda, speaking of the economy, I feel like measures such as this are because our government is very broke right now. We have also seen another court that has decided, this we're going to come to later.
Did you say our government is broke?
Yes.
I don't think it's broke.
It's Kenyans who are broke. We cannot pay our taxes,
we cannot pay our taxes, but the government is rich.
Our government is rich enough.
Our government will never be broke.
To have a referendum in the middle of a pandemic.
Just the other day, Kamwana was in France.
Wow.
He came with goodies.
And goodies that we will pay for. That your children's children in Nonda will pay for, Speaking of our economy in Nonda, we are actually right about to be taxed the same way we were being taxed before the pandemic. That means if you are receiving pay that is less 25%.
25,000.
25, that is less 25% payee. In January, they're going to deduct 30%, yeah? All those tax relief measures that had been put in place have actually been scrapped off. So January, moving forward, the pandemic is still here with us. The economy is still struggling as is.
Coming. Another pandemic, tax pandemic.
This is now a tax pandemic. The pandemic aside, the COVID pandemic aside, teenage pregnancy pandemic aside, maybe, now we're going to find ourselves.
You know, our government, like the way it prioritizes some things, you would wonder. But so in their projection by January, COVID will no longer be there. So don't be surprised.
And I do not know why in Nonda everyone pushed off their plans to 2021. And the truth of the matter is, 2021 now is actually less than 20 days away.
Yeah, less than 20 days
I don't know where we're going to hide COVID and everything that is going on in this country and BBI.
The other day, 2 days ago, I saw 199 cases from 1,000. So the cases are going down again. So come January, the cases, they'll say, okay, the curve is flat, we've controlled the curve, so people can go out again and start doing the business. Let's open the economy. But the taxes, you'll have to pay before COVID. You
know the problem is, in Nonda, while that might actually happen, the truth of the matter is,
don't you know
that ground things will be very different. Today we have already lost two members of the political class already. Other people have died from COVID as well. The curve is not flat. It's not nearly flat.
It's unfortunate that they died, but going by what you've heard our leaders say, then you can detect, you can say that, okay, come next year the curve will be flat. Next year, January, that's when the children will be going back to school. Meaning what? The curve will be flat. Then the same 2021 is when we are having the referendum. Here in Kenya, just before 2022.
BBI is such a big issue, and we're going to be discussing that in a few minutes.
The same 21. So, 2021, the government is projecting the curve to flatten or go down completely until maybe late next year, so that we can have the third This is our government. Don't joke around with it. It can never go broke when.
Let me tell you what
our
causes
citizens are
me the
there.
most sadness. And that Tito is away from the show, but he always told us he is one who actually is in the business of selling alcohol. And Jamhuri Day might not be Jamhuri Day as, you know, people would want to celebrate it, because moving forward, alcoholic beverages will have to be packed in bottles above 750 ml, meaning people who are used to Kakora and and other smaller packaging.
Mutai special.
You know, and it leaves me wondering, in Nonda, does this country hate poor people? Because what that leaves us with here is we are back to illicit brews.
Have you ever?
Because if I have, for example, 200 shillings, I want to quench my thirst. I want to celebrate our independence like everyone else. That would mean.
My question is simple. You've talked about poor people. Have you ever seen a poor drunkard?
Oh, I think I don't want to go there. I think that's a stereotype, but the stereotype is
Everyone who drinks.
Most poor people.
Everyone who drinks means he or she can afford that drink, whether it's in 250 ml or 750 ml.
I think alcoholism is more of a disease in Nonda. Sometimes you absolutely have no control. You absolutely have no control. But tell us why you'll be celebrating your Jamhuri Day from. What are your expectations of this country? What do you think? What is that thing that the president at this point can say to appease you? Because I feel like Kenyans, we are very angry people. For the following reasons we're going to be mentioning here, so remember to interact with us. We will be sampling all of your comments before this show is actually over. So remember, interact, okay? Now, I want us to talk about the pandemic in Nonda, because it seems it's here to stay. We are adapting. I told you
that early in March. I told you that.
Well,
it's here to stay.
And you're a prophet of doom. It is because of people like you that we cannot cross 2021 and leave all our 2020 problems behind. But that aside, the new normal in this country is now we have to deal and cope with the virus. And also, as Kenyans, we have to cope and deal with the fact that we are corrupt people, because KEMSA, the grillings have been going on all week. And I think what the thing that has actually annoyed a lot of people is one by the name Korean Njuguna, who was appearing before the Senate committee, coming forward to say, look at this. The only reason why I actually got this tender is because I was walking by, I had conversations. Where do you walk? Do you hear do you hear billions of do you hear of tenders of worth billions of shillings?
The KEMSA scandal and the funny how people looted it is not something new in Kenya. Remember when the Uhuru Kenyatta was the finance minister? You remember the infamous typing error? The typing error costed billions. You remember the people who are walking around with money in sacks. The NYS 1, NYS 2 scandals. You remember even Mutwai Ngunyi said, okay, look here, I've just found money in my account. So this guy of KEMSA is, at least he passed the people giving tenders, he gave his tender, unlike other people who found money in the account and all other stuff. So you just need anything, just any reason to, in case you are being probed, just tell them anything. They are at the end of the probe, when the cameras are off, they'll come and talk to you, okay, you give them something, some percentage, then it will, the investigation will continue until people forget about KEMSA. It will come later on and the government will rename it. Now it's not KEMSA, it's this name.
You know, the problem with Kenyans is we laugh at everything, even things that we should not actually be laughing about. There is humor in, you ever had the phrase, kucheka kwa matanga? That is what Kenyans go doing. Now, there's this lady by the name Ivy Onyango, who is 27 years old. The company of which she is a director, because I don't want to say her company, clearly there's a puppet master somewhere,
She has,
she has variety of companies. I am shocked, You know that? I don't want to tell people how old you are, But you're a billionaire at 27, though. What have you done with the 27 years of your life? There's someone who is actually a director of a company that got at least some business within a few months worth billions. That should make you ask yourself in Nonda, that company, Previously, how much had it been making? Moving forward, how much more do you think it's going to make?
You see, we always tell our children the future belongs to the children.
Yeah.
So the youth have now decided to bring the future close.
Wow.
So now the future is young. You understand? So being a billionaire at 27, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
You know, I'm laughing
It
because
should be an encouragement to other youth.
you know, and I am laughing because I thought kazi kwa vijana, pesa kwa wazee. Now, if even the vijanas have decided they can eat the money as soon as right now, I think that is why we are this broke. The vijanas have refused to wait for their turn to eat.
Yeah, they are bringing the future close. So the future is here with us. So
Vijana wachangamke.
let's live in the future.
Kazi mtaani, no.
Let's
they should think wider.
Yeah, they should think twice. Let's live in the future. Yeah.
And the thing that actually makes
When was the first time you handled $1 million? At what age?
There are people
20?
who are watching this show who I think view me a little bit seriously, so we will not go there. You're not gonna go there, Inanda. But listen to this, the reason why our lawmakers are actually trying to get down to the bottom of what is going on, what actually went on a few months ago at KEMSA, is because our doctors as is do not have personal protective equipment, which were among the items that were being supplied to KEMSA at this crazy figures, and these are some of the equipments that have made the government entity to lose money. All right. Now, earlier on in the week, we saw the medical fraternity mourn the death of Dr. Stephen Mugusu. Oh, that's how you say it. I wasn't sure how you say say the name in
I just told you.
All right, Mugusu. I mean, may he rest in peace, Inonda. But the fact that the government instructed KEMSA to ensure that they have released the PPEs today. Doctors, there's still no smoke. There's still no sign of an agreement between the doctors and the government. Clinical officers and nurses are already on strike. Doctors are on the verge of a strike. A lot of public hospitals are now closed. We are headed into a period where people are clearly not going to be clearly not going to be following the rules, because with Christmas and with New Year's, a lot of people are going to be traveling up country. We actually expect a surge. That is what the reality on the ground is of the COVID-19 numbers. Which way, doctors? What do you think we should do?
From 2013 to date, we've had a PR government. All along, it's been a PR government.
But we knew that the moment we saw those red ties, and
yes, we knew, and we're still not accepting it.
We knew what we signed up for.
There's something you can do about it, but we are not doing it because maybe it's past our generation. So this country needs a proper revolution just to restore it to where it was before Mzungu left it. Because we are told when Mzungu was here, everything, the health facilities, everything was good and accessible.
Are you saying we should be colonized again?
Yes, we should be. We are colonized, but only with black people.
Okay.
Yeah, we are colonized.
That's one way to look at it.
With black people. So, the death of the doctor, actually we've lost so many doctors because of this pandemic. The people are supposed to be taking care of our loved ones who are in hospitals and other health facilities. For you to take care of that person, you need to be a proper PPE, isn't it? But that's not happening.
And so you know, the worst bit is our political class is taking this for granted, and we're not going to come to a point where we say it is okay that some of them get to learn what it is to live with COVID, because at the end of the day, we wish everyone well. But we saw Peter Ojamong, Raila Odinga, among others, come out and say doctors should wait for a referendum to pass, that we actually might have money for a referendum and not have money to take care of our employees, our doctors, our government employees.
You see,
it's like, I don't know what general this one is who sends his soldiers to war with no armor.
That's not what they meant. You see, a politician.
What?
Let me speak.
Did they call you and tell you what they actually meant?
Can I finish? You see, the politicians will talk about politics. The doctors will talk about their plight and all of that
And
stuff.
that is the mentality that where we get it
So
from, because
here
the
in
politicians
Kenya, let me
should
tell
be
you.
our leaders.
Yes,
Nonda.
let me tell you. All the professions here in Kenya are important, and all of them should be taken seriously. We've lost the police officers, we've lost the teachers to COVID. So many people they've lost so many of them to the COVID. And you see, the police, they do interact with us, they do arrest us, trying to curb the spread of COVID, but they're also not in the PPEs. COVID is spreading like
Inonda,
bushfire.
You know how long it takes to train a specialist?
It takes
at
years.
Least 7 years, at least.
Yes.
As already is, the ratios in this country are actually skewed. One doctor is stretched.
Yes.
He or she already serves too many people, way too many beyond the recommended, the WHO guidelines. Now, what that means, if these are the people who we are putting on the front line, we have no defense, none whatsoever.
The government also said that these doctors, they don't only work for them. They also have their hospitals outside there where they work. They just work for government maybe 2 hours or less.
And they do not need to. They don't have to. And those are doctors who have been in practice for very many years, who have established practices that can actually earn money. I don't know what you think about this, guys. And before we go on a very short, quick break, Inonda, maybe this is the high time you start taking COVID seriously and start wearing your masks all the time, because COVID apparently causes erectile dysfunction among men. All the men out there. If you do not want to wear the mask, if you don't want to wear the mask for
how long does it take
for you to
recover from the
I don't know
second
if you
pandemic?
I don't know if from the second pandemic. I don't know if people recover. Wear your mask, guys. I want us to take on a very short break.
We need to have someone who's recovered from COVID, especially a man, so that we can hear his side of story. See if what these people are saying is true.
I don't know. We have seen some prominent
Because
people come out and say they had COVID. We should actually look for one of them to tell us.
It is a threat, a big threat to the boy child. Because very soon, the population will go down. If at all, that's it. And if you look at the
we only
COVID
need
numbers,
one man to fill this whole country. We need to take a short break, guys. We need to take a break quickly.
If you look at the recoveries, the people who have been infected before, over 50% are men. So you can imagine if all of them, they can't...
Maybe that is what the world needed, population control. Guys, we will see you shortly after this short, quick break. When we come back, ensure you have your airtime loaded up. You can call us, you can text us, you can send us messages on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all the social media platforms. Name it, we are there. All right? See you shortly.
Every day morning, we cook, we work out, we take care of our health, we hold candid conversations on business, politics, current affairs across the globe, entertainment, beauty, name it. We have it all, and guess what? This festive season, we bring more love to you as you always have to us. Be ready to be blown away as you keep up with me, Linda Alela, every Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. as we usher in the festivities in style.
Asante for always tuning into TV47's Morning Cafe every weekday.
Every day morning, we cook, we work out, we take care of our health, we hold candid conversations on business, politics, current affairs across the globe, entertainment, beauty, name it. We have it all, and guess what? This festive season, we bring more love to you as you always have to us. Be ready to be blown away as you keep up with me, Linda Alela, every Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. as we usher in the festivities in style.
Asante for always tuning into TV47's Morning Cafe every weekday.
Every day morning, we cook. We work out, we take care of our health, we hold candid conversations on business, politics, current affairs across the globe, entertainment, beauty, name it. We have it all, and guess what? This festive season, we bring more love to you as you always have to us. Be ready to be blown away as you keep up with me, Linda Alela, every Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. as we usher in the festivities in style.
Asante for always tuning into TV47's Morning Cafe every weekday.
Every day morning, we cook. We work out, we take care of our health, we hold candid conversations on business, politics, current affairs across the globe, entertainment, beauty, name it. We have it all, and guess what? This festive season, we bring more love to you as you always have to us. Be ready to be blown away as you keep up with me, Linda Alela, every Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. as we usher in the festivities in style.
Asante for always tuning into TV47's Morning Cafe every weekday.
Every day morning, we cook. We work out, we take care of our health, we hold candid conversations on business, politics, current affairs across the globe, entertainment, beauty, name it. We have it all, and guess what? This festive season, we bring more love to you as you always have to us. Be ready to be blown away as you keep up with me, Linda Alela, every Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. as we.
Thank you so much for choosing to keep us company right here on TV47. My name is Tracy Mukami, and this right here is In Other News. The news, besides the news. I have your comments right here. Mwangi Anthony Salongo, you're watching us from Kamulu. Roy, thank you so much for following the conversation. Janice Mark, you have interesting sentiments here. You say it will be here for the next 5 years. Hello, I am actually a medic, and I can tell you, if Spanish flu lasted 3 years and infected Earth's population, which was 1 billion then, this time the Earth population is about 8 billion. We are yet to see more COVID cases. Sorry, but Corona is here and will be here up to and until around 2024, 2025. The only reason we are yet to experience a peak is Africa has less deaths because it arrived here and spread here late. Before I continue, something in your comments here, Keitha Tito is here. I am told he's from Malindi. See why we got ditched. Someone is already celebrating. Keith.
Nairobi. Which Malindi?
You went to celebrate. Government operatives are in Malindi without us.
We went undercover for a bit.
Keith, there's no proper network in Malindi,
so what we can see around the country, see how far we can reach in great land.
Yes, yet the rest of your fellow your Heshimiwas will be at Nyayo Stadium, yeah?
we hope it's high people in the stadium, but we'll wait and see.
All right.
Look at how we can enforce COVID principles there.
I hope you have actually been well, Keith.
Yes, I've been quite well, sir.
And you have been wearing your mask. I was telling Inonda before we went on a quick break that COVID is infecting men more and affecting their erectile function. I don't you should wear,
so,
for the sake of the future generation, you should wear your mask, Keith.
Keith, you're a good example.
Well, I don't know about the dysfunction. But I know we are wearing our mask just to keep healthy and look out for our neighbors.
Listen to this, Keith, here. Tell me what you think as a supplier of this product. In Russia, over 100,000 people already right now have already received the COVID-19 vaccine. And that should be good news. Now, the problem is the vaccine, some vaccines require you not to consume alcohol for at least 2 months.
For 2 months?
2 months, brother, 2 months.
Well, Josie, as one of the suppliers of this industry, we're not entirely worried. We shut down entertainment sports for the better part of the year, and we have survived.
You see, the problem is,
Keith,
Uh-huh.
they said that if you use alcoholic-based sanitizers, they kill the virus on your hands, right?
Yes.
So I think it's helping in reducing the virus. Why?
it should boost the immune system,
Huh?
not interfere with with how the vaccine works.
It should not affect the vaccine, but it's not what the doctors say. My line of business is giving people a good time.
But
I think I
Give the
understand.
doctors their job.
then the other
I
thing.
understand now in Onda why Kagwe, our CS for health, thought like vaccines are not the way to go because he was going to miss out on Kagwe special.
Kagwe special.
That's
Then,
just-
Keith, the other thing is your products, your liquor. The packaging should, the minimum, the least one should be 700 ml.
750, yeah.
750 ml.
The minimum they're allowed.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Is it a boost on your side or it's a loss?
Just so you know that I'm sorry I may have to cut you guys short. Being called back to a certain matter over here. It was a pleasure checking in on you guys. I hope everyone's enjoying the show and the team is safe.
Okay.
Thank you so much for calling in live, Case. Remember, you can also call in as well. The numbers to call are on the bottom right of your screen. I was actually going through some of your feedback, and I'm going to be locating it a little bit later. And Inonda, this affects you directly because the people of your village.
I don't think there's anything that affects me directly.
Everything affects every one of us directly. Of course, it's going to
Exactly.
have some impact. It's going to have some impact in
Okay,
that,
okay.
one way or another. How impactful is the difference? Yeah?
Okay.
How it affects me, how it affects you is going to be different, but it will definitely affect you.
Let's see, what is it?
So, in Singapore, they have decided. Decided in Singapore.
I didn't know I come from Singapore. Okay.
Wait for it. How you relate to this story is coming on in a few. In Singapore, they have decided. They have actually been trying to grow meat in the labs,
Okay.
chicken meat, in the labs for quite some time.
So are you saying they grow eggs, and then the eggs will
no.
will germinate?
No, you take a few
Or you
cells.
take a small chick, and then you
No.
it's like transplanting?
No, leave the chicks alone. The chicks are headed. They should. Before we continue, we have a caller live from Umoja. Hello, good evening. If you can hear me, how are you?
Yes, I'm doing good.
I am well also. Thank you so much for calling in live. We have meat that is going to be grown in a lab in Singapore that is actually being sold in restaurants. Would you eat this meat?
Sorry.
I am saying that in Singapore, they
Yes.
have started selling meat in restaurants.
Yes.
Meat that is not from slaughtered animals, but meat that is grown in the lab.
Yes.
Would you eat this meat?
You know where I come from, meat is an animal. You don't take meat that has not come from an animal. That is not meat. They should find a name. The only meat we understand is meat is wing.
I don't know if you know these soya chunks that are usually sold. I don't want to name brands, yeah. But a while back I thought that was meat. Even that kind of meat you people do not take.
You see, that's what I'm telling you. We should find a name. That is not meat. Meat is either cow,
A chicken?
cuckoo, and things like those. But the rest are not meat.
All right.
We find another name.
Which name suits that
But
particular
again,
product?
I want to advise him on that.
Please do.
He can't be the nurse and advise
that kind of
people
advice.
who are going to use the COVID-19 vaccine. There is an alternative, and he knows it. He comes from Rwanda. He knows the alternative. If you want to be high, you can use something else other
He's
than
talking
alcohol.
about for 20.
What? When did that become equivalent to the COVID-19?
He's one of the consumers, so
He he knows what is good as an alternative to alcohol. So, in fact, he's the one competing case in this business.
Is this the reason why last week the United Nations in Nonda decided to declassify marijuana as one of the most dangerous drugs in the world?
So what
He was listening to the people from Umoja.
what the Umoja guy is saying is simple. That you should not take alcohol under vaccine. Instead, take the cannabis sativa.
Wow.
That's the scientific name.
Yes.
I don't know if it's a supplier.
No drug peddlers allowed on this show. Thank you so much for calling in live and keeping us company as well. You can also be part of this conversation, all right? The number to call is in the bottom right of your screen. TV47KE on Facebook. On Twitter, we are at TV47KE. At Tracy KE across all platforms as well. Inonda.
Yes.
So we have agreed this is not meat.
I think it's... No, I'm not convinced.
It tastes like meat.
Yes, like meat.
There's this saying that says if it walks like a duck, what does it do like a duck? Everything it does like a duck, then it is a duck. Then this is meat, my friend.
It tastes like meat, but it's not meat.
How do you know how it tastes?
Huh?
How do you know how it tastes?
I've never tasted it before.
How do you know then it tastes like meat?
You told me it tastes like meat. You just said it. So I'm asking, it tastes like meat, but it's not meat. So what is it?
Let me tell you about something that is closer home, yeah? Something that you might actually be able to relate to.
Okay.
So, the Ghanaians held elections.
So, we are from Singapore?
Yes.
First of all, you said from my village.
Because
so my village is Singapore.
No, your village and chicken is one.
Is the Singapore meat only chicken?
Yes.
With chicken flavor?
No, not flavor. It sells.
chicken.
It sells from
a chicken made from the lab.
Yes.
Without wings, without bow, without feathers.
It's just meat. And let me tell you why this meat of this kind is good. You know, that if you can grow it.
Would you test it?
Of course I would. If you can, the amount of cruelty that animals, this chicken go through, you ferry them to Nairobi in all types of transportation means, yeah? You have seen chicken hanging from the roof. and all these other ways. Mwangi from Kamulu. Mwangi, if you can hear me, hello.
Hello.
And thank you so much for calling in live. What are your comments on tonight's show?
It's about that meat from Singapore.
Would you eat this meat though?
I can't.
Why?
Why?
I fear there might have been some additives.
Let me tell you, Mwangi from Kamulu.
That may even cause cancer.
Let me ask you, Mwangi.
Yes.
Do you consume broiler chicken?
I don't. I consume local chicken.
Yes, don't force Mwangi on this meat. Mwangi, thank you for standing
And
with.
for your information, I prefer bush meat.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Good to know.
Natural one.
Bush meat is porcupines. What is bush meat?
Those meat like swallow, so long as they are inspected.
Wait.
Porcupines.
Kamulu, where do you get swaras from? No one told me there's a forest. People can go get swaras in Kamulu.
We are near those Ukabani area.
Okay, what Mwangi is saying, he cannot consume the lab meat. Isn't it, Mwangi?
Yeah, lab meat is not good.
And lab meat is the future. Lab meat is the future. It is not sustainable for us as a world.
That's why we are complaining of cancer and so many other diseases.
All right, okay.
We better go the natural way. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mwangi, for calling in live. Guys, you had it. There is live swara in Kamulu. Thank you so much. If you feel like eating bush meat, swaras and all these
porcupines,
the
warthogs.
You know how you put chicken in hot water to pluck off the feathers, yeah? What do you do with porcupine if you want to eat the meat?
You just
do you put it in one like
no, you provoke it. When you provoke it, it gets angry. It releases all the arrows. So you'll find a peaceful porcupine after.
What do you mean? It can actually throw out all
that's what it does.
All of them?
Yes.
Wow.
Then the remaining ones can't hurt you. So
or maybe you use the, those what are they called? The arrows.
those are for the Chinese.
I don't know what they are called. No, the things on
Have
the
you ever-
porcupine.
Yeah.
You use them as chopsticks, maybe for your meat. I don't know. You slaughter it and then you use those
Maybe as,
same.
yeah, as a fork.
Yeah. Before we go, Inonda, Ghana and elections. I do not know why we are surprised by the fact that the country held peaceful elections.
Remember, angels come from Africa.
But we thought the angels do bad things. You see,
No,
the
angels.
angels were summoned. Have you seen what they
Actually-
did to the former president? Yes.
They delayed to go to the US. They didn't go to the US.
Oh, all right.
Had they gone there, January 21, we will be having Trump in office. But since they were busy,
So they should. So if you're now praying for your candidate to win elections, you should actually pray for angels from Ghana and specify the prayer before prayer. It's a prayer. Yes.
the angels from Ghana need to be booked a year before.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
But generally, just call
Is
for
it because
angels
they
from
don't
Africa.
keep time because they are Africans? Because if because Nonda, if you find yourself needing angels from Ghana and then you get the angels from Uganda,
Actually, Lana, the angel from Uganda, they are so busy.
what are they busy doing?
Don't you know that we are going to have an election?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
And the fact that presidential candidate Bobby Wine has been facing such a hard time, even movement is a problem for him.
Those are angels working. Angels at work.
What kind of angels are these?
Those are the kind of angels. Don't you remember Tundu Lissu ran away from his own country, TZ?
Before you tell me about the angels from Tanzania, Moses from Umoja is with us. Hi, Moses. If you can hear me, Moses.
Yes.
Thank you so much for calling in live, Moses from Umoja.
Yes.
Let me know your contribution to the show tonight.
Hello.
What is your contribution to the show tonight, Moses?
Okay, the show is so fantastic and amazing.
Thank you.
I believe that what Mr. Mwangi said in Kamulu is one of the people that knows what the future is. Hello.
Yes, Moses.
Moses.
Yes, I can hear you. Continue.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Wait, have you seen the Swaras in Kamulu?
Well, of course, we now been Kamulu
Okay, Moses.
and trying to buy a plot. But he's saying from his innermost feeling, he knows what the broilers are affected, especially ladies.
Moses, would you take from the lab? Moses.
In fact, I'm from Mount Elgon, where we do and even up to today.
All right. I didn't know if I upload in Kamulu, it just might come with a Swara, Moses. Thank you so much for calling in, for your contribution as well. You know, we need to go, and before we go, do you know that there are actually nights, there are times in Alaska when the sun does not shine. Like right now, the next time they're going to see the sun is in January. 23rd of January is when it's predicted that they're going to see the sun next.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe they see other things.
No.
They see other stuff other than sun.
No sun you will not see. You're in total darkness, my friend. Appreciate the tropical climate that you have and the fact that we are
Okay.
able to have a productive 12 or more hours in a day.
Then it's opposite. You know, when you read the